DMB on the track.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been about 2, possibly 3 weeks since I've made a video. You might have seen my community post. I've been busy doing motorcycle training and the tests themselves for my A2 license. Very happy today because today I passed my Mod 2. I passed my Mod 1 on Monday. So I've passed my motorcycle A2 license, so now I can buy a motorbike. And then amazing news again, after 4 weeks of waiting, finally my induction kit has arrived. I don't think I mentioned anything about it in previous videos, but today my 034 Motorsport carbon intake has arrived. So we will be installing that on the RS3 today. Please excuse the tumble dry noise in the background, guys. Just letting the car warm up properly, so I'm going to get some before shots of it revving while stationary before the intake's been fitted, and then afterwards, obviously it's an open cone, so it should hopefully make a lot more noise. Then I'll do some driving. I'll probably mount the GoPro on the bonnet somewhere so you can hear the full induction noise as we drive, because obviously it's got a soft limiter from standard, so it'll only rev to 4K, so stationary revving probably won't do it justice, basically, let's just say that. So then, onto the actual intake itself. As you can see, I've clearly had it opened already. I'm a bit too excited. Start with the actual cone. So, this is the cotton air filter. Here's your hardware. These are like washers that are going to be basically used, I believe, on all the screws that fix the top of the current airbox lid onto the underside of the airbox, you could say. Here's the air filter itself. Okay, next, the actual crossover pipe, the hard pipe. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about how expensive this intake is. It's like nearly £1,000. Obviously, what you've got to consider is the fact that it's all made of carbon fibre. The finish is unbelievable, and the labour, the hours it takes to make carbon fibre components for cars is pretty extensive. So I think that's where the cost comes into it a lot. Looks amazing. Nice little hologram sticker there as well to show you it's an 034 product. And then finally, guys, final piece. Looks absolutely amazing. You've got your metal sticker, if you like, on the front there. Rubber seal where the larger end of the hard pipe is going to go into. And obviously this is boxing off the air filter to prevent heat soak. Again, all made of carbon fibre. The finish is absolutely amazing. You can probably see my grubby fingerprints on it. And again, it literally weighs nothing. So why did I choose to buy this exact intake? Basically, I knew from the get-go I wanted an open cone. I personally prefer the noise the open induction kit makes. I contemplated getting the CTS turbo, then you've obviously got some cheaper options like the Ram Air. Personally, from reading, doing your research, looking in forums, this has been proven to be the most efficient and I suppose you could say the best in terms of performance as far as open cones go for the RS3. It's been proven by many tuners that the power figures these state is legitimate. And secondly, it just looks absolutely amazing. So for me, that's what sold it to me. So some more of the unique features that the 034 Motorsport intake comes with. If you were to compare this to the Ram Air intake or the CTS Turbo intake, the diameter of this pipe is larger than both of those intakes, and obviously that of the stock hard pipe. However, a lot of people keep the original enclosed airbox and just increase the size of the hard pipe, which is technically, you know, going to eliminate heat soak completely, or more or less. So having an open cone with carbon fibre just eliminates a bit more heat soak than you might find without it being carbon fibre due to its materials and its characteristics. Right, it's enough chatting crap. I'm going to go over to the car. I'm going to quickly film the before shots, which I'll play later in the video side by side with it afterwards. So let's get installing it. Right guys, it is quite windy, so hopefully you can hear me, but the first thing I'm going to do is remove this first small engine cover. I'm then going to get myself a pair of grips and remove this hose from the intake pipe and undo all of these torque screws. To remove your 8 fixings around the top of the airbox, you're going to need a Torx T20. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is remove this top V-clamp that fixes the stock crossover pipe into this small silicone hose. So once that V-clamp has been removed, it gets replaced for a Jubilee clip that's in the kit. The carbon pipe will slot into this silicone hose and I'll tighten up that Jubilee clip. Once this is removed, the whole airbox should be free to come out, as I've removed these screws already. That was me being stupid, guys. There is a Torx T27 just there in front of my finger that's holding the hard pipe on, so I'll take that off and then the airbox should come out. Okay, make that 2. Just noticed another. Just to make that a bit clearer, one of the bracket fixings is there and the other is just here. There doesn't seem to be an instruction guide for this kit, so I'm kind of just going off, process of elimination basically. So the next thing I'm going to do off camera, guys, is remove all of these Torx 25 screws that are at the top of the airbox cover, because we're going to be reusing these in a minute. While you're here, also remove your panel filter. So I've just placed that on top. You kind of have to push your fuse box across a bit. It gets quite hard and a bit tight in here, so if you push it to the right, that'll clip on basically. Now I'm going to get my screws and those rubberized washers and start fixing this in place. So as you can see, all 8 Torx screws are back in. By the way, they were Torx T20s, not 25. I think I made a mistake in that last clip. So I'm now, actually something I've done off camera as well, is put the Jubilee clip on the end of the pipe. I'm going to get the hard pipe now, slightly lubricate this sleeve so it doesn't pop off as I put it in. I'm going to guide it in this way, guide it in that way, and then put the cone on after. Finally, guys, once the air filter cone Jubilee clip is tightened and where it goes into the turbo is tightened, that end, you're going to tighten up that last clamp onto that hose. And there we have it, guys. It is installed and it looks absolutely amazing. Carbon looks absolutely great. I'm going to be getting this carbon eventually, this plate carbon, and this carbon, and this carbon. So it will look mint, carbon mirrors, everything. So it's going to look proper smart. First proper performance modification to the car. I'm going to start up now, let it run for a second or two, make sure I've got no warning lights on the dash, and get some clips of sound for you. Right guys, we're now in the car. Admittedly, it's actually a couple days later. I ended up being a bit busy in the evening, so I couldn't carry on filming. But this thing sounds absolutely amazing and it performs so well. So I'm just gonna get some footage of the audio inside the cabin for you. I've shut the valve just so you can hear it better. I hope you can hear that on the inside. I actually ended up sticking the GoPro, I don't know if this might be before or after that clip, I've stuck the GoPro inside the actual airbox itself so you can hear it while the car is at full chat inside the engine bay. Sounds amazing, it sounds so good. Again, I'm not sure if it's placebo or if it really is a noticeable difference in the power, but typically I think the stock turbo kicks in around 3k on this car when it probably starts to engage a bit more. Not at full boost by 3k, but you can feel it kick in at 3k. Since having the intake on, I think due to the larger diameter hard pipe, obviously there's more air coming in at once, so that is a bit more punchy, that initial kick you feel. And again, after around 5,000 RPM is when it really starts sucking in some air. You can really notice a difference there too. It's quick, it is quick. Again, I don't know if it's in my head, but I'm sure it is making a good difference. Sounds sick. Flipping it. Sounds so good. Feels mental. So guys, I think now would be a good time to wrap the video up. So for a few of the shots, I literally just dropped the GoPro in the box here, so you get a true sound of what the induction sounds like while driving at higher RPM. And then also I mounted the GoPro on the inside of the windscreen so you could hear what it's like in the cabin. Video doesn't do justice though, I did watch it back. It's much louder when you sat inside, but you got to see it in person and hear it in person to really understand what it's like. And it's absolutely amazing. It looks insane as well. So guys, I did hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely do a future video soon where I do more of a driving focused video. I'm going to invest in an external mic, put that in the engine bay somewhere, so as I'm driving you get a better audio of that sound. But for the meantime guys, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, comment what you think below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.